let's just get started. Okay. So we got the bowls playing in the background, and let me shut this. And most of you got the email about the swimming in the chakras. Did everybody get that? Everybody see that? And so part of, I'm standing in front of chakras right now. Okay, so I want you to sort of let in that that these pictures aren't actually chakras. I guess they are. They're first. This is all. It's all first chakra. Anything solid, that's the first chakra. But these are depictions. These are representations of fields of energy that we call chakras. Okay, and so we have this one which has everything in it, the entire aura, the entire human aura. Okay, this one over here just has the soul levels, sort of the core essence levels of consciousness and vibration. And this one here has the life purpose levels. Okay, and these are the 3 levels of conscious, of chakras that we teach in the school. And basically the 7 chakras are the only ones called chakras. These are basically chakras by description, because what a chakra is a chakra is a energy center that receives energy in, transmutes it in some way, incorporates it into its essence. So it pulls energy in of some form, transmutes it in some way, and then expresses it back out. Okay, so that's a chakra. So basically, this room right now is operating as a chakra. Okay, you're all coming in. We're integrating you. Okay, sort of shifting maybe the way you think, and then we're going to, in a little while, we're going to spit you back out. Okay, so we're acting sort of like a chakra here. All right, but what we're dealing with when we're dealing with real chakras, and this chart over here sort of just shows the chakras individually. What we're dealing with is we're dealing with fields. We're dealing with fields of energy that exist before the human energy field exists. Now, if you ask a quantum physicist how could that be, they would say that's impossible. Nothing existed before the mind that actually had to create it and see it. And so how our 7 chakras and all of our spiritual centers perceive this world are unique to us, but they're not unique to me individually, because we're all, even though all of you are seeing these slightly differently, we're all in agreement that these are cardboard boards, and I'm a person standing here, and this is a floor, and that's a ceiling, and we've got these basic agreements that in this field of all of these chakras, all of these vibrations, we agree on certain things because it works. It keeps us on planet Earth doing what we do. But knowing how to navigate more than just a few, I mean, basically I could do this talk right now, and I could talk from my 6th chakra, which would be my memory, okay, and my 5th chakra, which is my voice, and my 1st chakra, which is just I'm here. So, and a lot of and sometimes those are the types of lectures you'll get from people. You know, if you went to college and you would fall asleep about halfway through, what was happening was that the professor wasn't talking from this. He was talking from this. And then telling you about this, and the chakras, there's 7 chakras. C, D, E, F. Write it down, folks. Come on. F, G. You know, and he's talking from thought rather than talking from his whole self. And so there are different ways you can manage your energy field. And I think in the email I sent out, I said, you know, it's pretty common that people get used to managing and swimming in only 1 or 2 or 3 of these levels consistently. But to swim in all the levels, to really hold this whole thing, is probably unlikely that it'll happen in our lifetime, or that we'll see someone do this. My sense is that a super master healer like Christ or like Buddha probably only was able to, manage half the field. I mean, to manage the whole field would just be just the most unbelievable sort of like, well, I mean, I guess you could transcend at that point. So maybe right before they left the planet, they got to it. But it isn't about getting the whole thing, but it's about getting more of it. How do you experience more and more and more of what's already here? And that's one of the things when the bowls are playing now in the background. When we play the bowls in a little while, what will happen is that it literally creates a swimming pool of vibration. Okay, now, the reality is that vibrational, this room will fill with a vibration. Right now it's full of those vibrations. And so if you could really see the vibrations, you'd be swimming through. I mean, those things are all bouncing off your fields, right? Your field is literally swimming through the vibrations, okay? Now, those vibrations are always there. What the bowls do is the bowls enhance them more, make them more present, make them more aware. And music does the same thing. When you listen to music in your car, certain tones you like, and certain other tones, if your ear is toned more for Western type of music, you're going to like the 440 scale. If your ear is toned more to Middle Eastern or Eastern music, they've got scales that are very sharp or very flat, and they like the sound of a sharp or a flat note. That it's part of their music. It's part of the way they hear music. It's much lower. I don't know where it would be, like in the 350s or whatever for middle C. And they play the music similarly, but they hear it slightly differently. And that's one of the reasons why, if you really look at why we cannot figure out how to communicate with other parts of the world, it's because we don't always we haven't really been brought up to vibrate at the same level. And so one of the things that a healer learns how to do, and the reason I use these in the school, and the reason why learning how to navigate all of these levels and vibrations and levels of vibration are really important, is that you may have a client who comes in that might have been brought up with the 440 musical, what's it called? It's it's not a pandemic, that's a
pentatonic.
Pentatonic, there it is. The pentatonic scale. Thank you. And yet what they're living in their life, they're living slightly flat. They come in, they're like, boy, I really need a healing. It's like, you wouldn't believe my life. So they're not on tune. They're really just, and even their voice, and sometimes you'll be speaking to them, and they will actually, their voice will rise up. Their voice will start becoming more harmonic as they get their energy field back. Okay, so when you're thinking about chakras, I want you to sort of look at these and recognize that your spiritual journey is to awaken. Right? Everybody talks about that. Has anybody not heard that you're supposed to awaken? But that's the question. What are you supposed to awaken to? Because no matter what guru you go to, they always want you to awaken to something else. Awaken to giving, awaken to being, awaken to light, awaken to this, awaken to Jesus, awaken to Buddha. Man, it's like, how many things do I have to awaken to? I think there's only one. You. Your awakening is literally becoming conscious of what's happening in your energy field, of becoming aware of how your energy field works and what it's actually saying to you. Because we're all after our life purpose at some basic levels. Anybody here not want to know what their life purpose is? No? Everybody's good with that? Everybody's after their life purpose? And truly, I don't see clients anymore, but for many, many years, that was the big question. And Lisa sees multiple clients a week, and one of the biggest questions always is, especially because she's a psychic too, can you ask my angels what my life purpose is? And so the reality is that your life purpose isn't something that happens out there, even though there are guides that you have, and there is information, and there's a purpose for you being here, and other souls that you work with to decide some things. But to find out your life purpose, you have to be able to know what you're swimming in. And right now in this room, you have so much material at the first chakra level, at the second chakra level,